PMacMovies back for the fans here on a PMacMovies reviews video. Yes, we have the mug of a, at this point, somewhat warm drink. It's actually yerba mate. Been trying to supplement a little bit with an afternoon yerba mate instead of coffee, which is pretty good still. Not, you know, it doesn't taste like coffee, but it has its own unique, good flavor. But anyway, we're going to take a look at some movies, some more recent ones. I did want to go over some stuff that you may be able to get in sales here, either over the past week or two or over the weekend. So there's some like Black Friday eligible things mixed in here. You know, some releases from throughout the year. And then, you know, maybe some older movies in here too. I've watched, since I did my last reviews video, it looked like it had been like quite a few months since I did one, unless I missed one in there, looking through. But it looks like it's been quite a bit. So over that period, I have watched a lot of movies and shows and stuff like that. So we'll take a look. Before I get into that, I do really appreciate your guys' feedback, you know, getting that interaction. If there's any, you know, if you want to help out the channel in other ways, you can take a look in the description section. But I do put time and effort and energy into making these videos. And it's just nice to hear back from you guys. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. And again, if you wanna go the extra step, you can reach out and things like that, if you appreciate the content. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at some like Black Friday eligible stuff first. So let me see what I got here. These couple are Black Friday ones. This one, that one isn't really. This one is. These two are, and these are, okay. So, let's take a look here. I'm probably not going to talk about these too much. You know, I don't want to give spoilers away or anything like that. And I didn't write anything down, so it's going to be pretty much if I like the movie and then some thoughts about it. I do like to get the DC Universe movies here during this time of the year, and there are a few. You can get the Batman, The Long Halloween, Part 1 and 2. This is Part 2 here, simply because Part 2 is upstairs, so I'm just showing Part 1. This was pretty good. Was it some of the best DC stuff? Probably not, but, man, I got something in my eye here. It's just kind of another take on things, and it's kind of, you got the gangs there with Falcone and Maroni feuding, and there's like some person who's taking people out and with a mask on, staying safe. And then it's got a lot of villains in it, but it focuses on like Two-Face kind of coming to be here. Harvey Dent becoming Two-Face in this one. So it was pretty good. Nothing great or anything like that, so I can't really give it like a high recommendation, but $6 a piece for these, that's a beer me, plus the digital code, so that's a really good deal in my opinion. I enjoy pretty much all the DC animated stuff, including Batman, Soul of the Dragon. I showed some of these off in Horden videos here recently, but I did want to show off what I've actually watched. Soul of the Dragon, I would say I liked less than the Long Halloween ones. Not because these weren't good. They had, I think the idea behind them was really cool. It's like 70s, like martial arts, kung fu, merged with Batman, which I thought was pretty cool. The idea is pretty cool. The actual story is just decent. I didn't think it was anything great. Pretty good, though. Pretty solid. Not a lot worse than the Long Halloween one. I think I just probably got into those a little bit more. So Batman Soul of the Dragon, I believe that is $9 right now on Best Buy and maybe Amazon still too. Yummy. Up next, I do recommend this one. This is a fun action movie, The Protege, with what's-her-face, Maggie Q. I really like Maggie Q. She's the main character in this movie. I feel like she's not in enough stuff, but I could be totally wrong on that. Obviously, she was in that Nikita TV show. That's like maybe one of her biggest roles. But Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Keaton also in this. I thought that Michael Keaton's role, it was kind of... He was fine and he was good in it. But just some of the aspects of that, it didn't really... it seemed a little bit creepy in the relationship with Maggie Q. And this is from the director of Casino Royale, too. This is a good movie. I don't know that this got, like, a theatrical release. Maybe it did. Martin Campbell, by the way, is the director. But this is definitely one that I believe you could still get it from Target. $12, buy two, get one. So you can get this movie for only $8 with the digital code. And the digital code is it redeems in ultra high definition. So... this is definitely a beer me. Nice slipcover, too. Pretty recent release. Good, fun action movie. And basically, I'll just talk a little bit about it. Samuel L. Jackson, I think he's like an assassin. And he finds this young Asian girl who grows up to be Maggie Q, and he like trains her. So that's kind of a brief plot synopsis of the movie. A couple that you guys have probably already seen, but I just wanted to take a look at these because these are for sale here, for good prices here for Black Friday. Popcorn movies, fun popcorn movies. Godzilla vs. Kong. It's pretty much what you'd think it would be. It kind of goes along with the Godzilla movie, the Kong movie. I thought those are both very fun and entertaining. Well, it seemed like the Kong one was more fun. The Godzilla one, from what I recall, maybe more serious or whatever. From what I recall, I could watch them again because I don't remember everything. But it's pretty much exactly what you think. It's like this blockbuster movie with special effects. It's got quite a few actors that you'll probably recognize in it. The girl from Stranger Things. The coach from Friday Night Lights. It's got Rebecca Hall, who's been in several movies. Alexander Skarsgård from True Blood, and he's been in other things. Kyle Chandler's the coach from Friday Night Lights. But this is a good one. Popcorn movie, $10 for the 4K. Yes, I will do that with nice Slippy for a little popcorn entertainment. And then pretty much similar for Mortal Kombat, another one that's is this everything I would hope the Mortal Kombat movie would be? Probably not. But it is a fun one. It's an entertaining one. One that I could probably watch it again. It's been, since it first came out. I don't know. When did it come out? The beginning of the year or something like that? Who does this have in it? As far as the actors in it, I don't think there's anybody really super well known in this that I remember. And it's 110 minutes. So again, a popcorn movie. You're not gonna be like, "Whoa, that was the greatest, most artful movie of all time." It's just a fun one. You know what it is. This one was one that you go into thinking it's gonna be a fun popcorn one, and it's really. I don't know. It's like you might think, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why they did it like this. It's not always about making the movie good, and I think that's pretty obvious sometimes because they got people making a lot of money. Some the best creative minds in the world making these movies. They can make these movies great, and then you get a big budget movie like Wonder Woman 1984, and you watch it and you're just like, what the hell were they thinking? It's nowhere near as good as the first one. it just seems like they could have came up with something way better. And it's not, it's not totally horrible, but with the potential that they have with these movies to put out this big piece of poop is it's kind of amazing. But then you take a look at what are they kind of pushing in the movie, the ideas and things like that. And it's been about a year since I saw this. I watched this on Christmas of last year, but there's some sort of I forget, some sort of mind thing, some sort of mind control thing in this towards the end or something like that. And I have to watch it again to kind of take a look at that again. But like I said in a previous video, do I really need the best version of this, the 4K version of this? It's a popcorn movie that I didn't really like that much. Totally fine with the Blu-ray if I can get it for the right price. And I was able to get this for less than half the price of the 4K. So I'm just going to go with the Blu-ray of it. The 4K is not worth double for that movie. Maybe if it was a movie I really, really liked, but not that one. Some other movies that you can get here during this Black Friday time. One that I do recommend, I feel like these movies are actually somewhat underrated. The escape room movies. The first one, me and Charmy really enjoyed. We really liked it. And this one is also very good too. Are they world changers or anything like that? Absolutely not. But they're kind of edge of your seat thrillers that kind of get you thinking. And there's some kind of conspiracy elements to these too. Like who's doing this? Who's behind all this stuff that's going on with these characters? And it kind of reminds me of like the Happy Death Day movies, because I feel like you got some young, really solid actors. I mean, this chick here and the guy in this, not him, they're both, the other ones aren't that great, but her and him, they're really good, I feel like. And then in Happy Death Day, you have the main girl in that who's really excellent, I feel like. The Happy Death Day movies are better than this, in my opinion, or I like them more. The quality of them is actually probably similar, but I prefer the story and the aspect of the Happy Death Day movies. But this is a really good one, too, these escape plan movies. I recommend these. And again, that's a good one to combine with the Protege, because these are both $12 and buy two get one. So you find another movie that's $12, like say Don't Breathe 2 or something like that, and you got 3 movies for $8 each, and they're pretty new movies. Another one that's a pretty high profile one from this year, and I heard somebody talk, oh, this is like his favorite movie of the year or something, and I was just like, really? That's his favorite movie of the year? And I don't say that because it's a bad movie, but I just feel like I've watched this sort of thing before, kind of like a Taken sort of thing, or a John Wick sort of thing. Very entertaining, and it has its own twists and things like that, but, like, this was really your favorite? I just feel like I've seen this sort of thing before. It's very entertaining. I just feel like I've seen this sort of thing before. So there's that one, and I'm not going to talk. If you haven't seen it, you don't want me giving stuff away, so I'm not. This one kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't totally sure what to expect from this one, but I actually thought it was a really, really good horror movie. And it has come play here on Blu-ray. This is really kind of like an unexpected gem for me. I believe you can get this on Grub right now for $7 minus the 20% off code, which it's like Give Thanks 20 or something. Give Thanks 20, I believe, is the discount code. You can find it on Blu-ray.com message boards. I got this for a little bit cheaper. I think just for a brief time it was like $7.25 minus 20% off. So a little bit over $6 with the Slippy. So what this is and the only person in this that I knew was that Jillian Jacobs from the Community show. Written and directed by Jacob Chase. I'm going to have to look into what else he's done. But it's basically this kid who can't talk, and he just uses like his cell phone or tablet he can like put in what he wants to say. He can't actually speak it, but he can hear and he can communicate through that way, and he'll like push buttons and it'll say what he pushes. And there ends up being like this monster that starts communicating with him. And it's really creepy, but it's a good story, a good thematic aspect to it too, with how connected we are with technology and how we're connected with something through technology, but we're not really connecting with people in a way that's giving us like these close connections. It's just like through this device. It's not actually person to person. We've lost that connection to a big degree, and I think that's an interesting aspect of this movie. And I really did enjoy it. I thought the ending was pretty interesting too. I did not see it coming, and I don't think that you will either. So come play. I do highly recommend this one from that Grub sale, especially because you still might be able to get a Slippy with it. So that's very nice. This one I don't recommend. It is The Green Knight, and it's like in a fantasy, a medieval fantasy world, like the King Arthur time. And I don't like it because it's just all symbolism and metaphor, like the whole movie. Nothing in it is straightforward, which isn't necessarily bad if you want to sit there and pick that stuff apart. There's definitely artistic aspects to it, and pondering, what does this mean? What does this mean? What is the meaning of this? What does this symbolize? That's all fine. It's just when you want to sit down, turn your brain off, and watch a fantasy movie, this is not going to be the one that you want to watch. It's not like a Lord of the Rings, where, yeah, Lord of the Rings has metaphorical stuff in it too, but you can just sit down, turn your brain off, and watch it, and it'll be super entertaining. Whereas it's pretty much just all focused on the symbolism and the deeper meanings and stuff like that in it. Up next, so I think those are all the ones that are like Black Friday deals, and we'll take a look at. I got a stack here of some other movies. I don't know that I'll hit them all, and like this one I did talk about in a recent haul video because I showed it, and it is Jungle Cruise, and Dwayne "The Rock, if you smell what The Rock is cooking." Had to do it. Emily Blunt, who's good in this also. And this is just, like I said in the haul video, this is a really fun, like Indiana Jones meets Pirates of the Caribbean type of movie. There's comedy, there's action, there's adventure, there's fantasy. It's a really, really fun one. And I think it's pretty family friendly. PG-13. It says for sequences of adventure violence. But yeah, this was a really, really fun movie. I liked it quite a bit. Another movie I could talk about from the sales that I didn't grab is Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe Origins movie. And I just couldn't really get into Snake Eyes. The main character, to me, is not likable really at all. Like, usually in that type of movie, you want to get it so that they want the audience to really feel like a connection to that main character, so you care what he goes through and you care about him and stuff like that. They kind of, my connection with him was, this guy's kind of he's an asshole. He's doing some bad shit, and there's a reason why he gets into doing it, but at some point he's got to like turn it around, and I guess you could say that he does, but it's kind of like really, like, he does some really bad crap, and to some people who really care about him, I feel like. So that's why I didn't really like Snake Eyes. Again, it's a pretty decent popcorn movie and stuff like that. But like something like Shang-Chi or something like that, I feel like is a lot more entertaining, better movie. Which I actually have pre-ordered that because I was able to pre-order the 4K of Shang-Chi for only $20 from Target. Buy two, get one. Let's take a look at a few other movies here. So I really enjoyed this one, starring Rebecca Hall. Rebecca Hall from that Godzilla vs. Kong. The main actress in this, she's very good in it. This is like a horror movie, and you're not quite sure what's going on, how much of it is psychological, like just in the main character's head. It's really well done. Like it kind of keeps giving you more and more pieces to the puzzle, so you're kind of pondering, oh, is this what's going on? Like, what was her involvement in this? What, you know, what she's seeing? Is it real? Is it not? A really good build-up to the climax in this movie. It's a really good one, and again, very underrated. They didn't even give this a slipcover. This is a 20th Century Studios release. Which reminds me, being a member of the Disney Movie Club, I've realized that it's probably the best way to get a lot of these movies like Jungle Cruise, like Shang-Chi if I was a little bit more patient, like a movie like Ryan Reynolds and Free Guy. Because what you get through Disney is, after your introductory thing, and you have to do it the right way with the right code and all that, I have videos on it. But once you're in there, there's deals where you buy one movie at full price, and you get the rest of your order 60% off. So whatever is the most expensive item in your order, you pay full price for. But then if you have several things you want, you get 60% off the rest of those. And I've just been able to get some good deals. So if you do it the right way, you can get some really nice deals. And I get free shipping because I had a code at the beginning of my membership, which again I talked about in a previous video. So you get the free shipping code to start it, and you get like 5 movies for like some super cheap price. And then you're just able to really do a nice deal. Actually, it's more than 5. I forget how the beginning of it works. Take a look at my Disney Movie Club videos that I made here earlier this year. But Rebecca Hall in the house, The Night House. If you can get this cheap, if you like more psychological kind of horror movies, highly recommended. Really, really good one. Really entertaining. And then since I got Free Guy out, Free Guy starring Ryan Reynolds, probably a lot of you have seen this. And it's a very, very good movie along the lines of something like a Truman Show, something like Matrix, actually. And those other like late 90s movies that they put out. So yes, you know, this is an analogy or metaphors. Ryan Reynolds kind of represents us here. You know, you just go through your daily life and you kind of get in the routine of your daily existence. You learn things. You learn that things are a certain way and you do it a certain way. Are you ever going to like break free from that and see things from a different perspective? Or are you just going to stay in that little box that's kind of been created for you by society in a lot of ways? And you know, you try to determine who put you in the box, what you're, and all those things. But it's putting it in like, so there's like this surface level meaning, which is this guy is a character in a video game. Just the surface level, this is what it is, popcorn crunching. And then there's that deeper aspect of it. There's a different level, taking a look at the metaphorical aspect of it and what it all means. So I really enjoyed this one, and there are several references to like God and to kind of get to, hey, this is actually about this, but will you pick up on it? So just really cool. And actually, there's a woman who I watch on YouTube, and she made a video about what she sees as the deeper meanings beside regarding this movie, and she actually didn't put it on YouTube. She like put it on her website, but it's actually really interesting, and maybe I'll link it. I don't know if you want me to send it to you, the link. I will. I'm not gonna put it in there probably, but because people give me a hard time about that crap. So anyway, let's just take a look at another kind of newer movie, and then we're gonna finish up. I'll save these other ones for another time. We got the Black Widow, because I'm mostly doing kind of mainstreamy sort of stuff. Mostly, yeah, these are all from like this year, so I think it's probably good to do it this way, actually. Black Widow. It's pretty much like a Marvel action movie, I felt like it wasn't that great. And speaking of that, the Hawkeye Show started here Wednesday. The first 2 episodes are up on Disney Plus, and it's quite good. I found it quite entertaining, and I believe that the sister, the Scarlet's sister, Natasha's sister, is going to be in that Black Widow show at some point. But I enjoy this one for what it is. Definitely not one of the best Marvel movies that they've put out, but it's an entertaining action movie. And then since this one is also, I think, from this year, I'll talk about this one too. It is Don't Tell a Soul. This is like kind of a direct-to-video movie that Lionsgate put out. And it's actually really good. I was kind of surprised with how good it was. Mina Suvari from American Pie has a fairly small role. Rainn Wilson from The Office has a pretty large role. Fionn Whitehead, I believe he is the guy in Voyagers. Actually, why didn't I grab Voyagers? I could have grabbed Voyagers for this. I must have it upstairs somewhere. That would have been a good one to go with these other newer movies. But man, that Fionn Whitehead, he plays a big-time asshole in every movie that he's in, apparently, because at least these two, this movie and Voyagers, he's just a total DB in both of them. But this is a really good thriller. It kind of, it takes you in several different directions, and I just thought it was really well done. It's not straightforward. You definitely care about the main character there, who is, I guess, Jack Dylan Grazer, who I thought was good in it. He's the main character, the younger kid. That one right there, the younger kid. So basically, they get caught doing something that they're not supposed to do by Rainn Wilson, and then he's like a security person, and he's going after them, and he falls into this hole way down into the ground. And then, the younger brother is like, feels bad about it. The older brother is kind of like sociopathic about it. And it just goes from there, and it's actually really good. And you definitely get some plot twists and turns in there. That's a really fun movie if you can get that for, less than $10 with the code. It is at Lionsgate, so it comes with the digital code there. So I do highly recommend Don't Tell a Soul. Really good movie. I was like, really so good. It was really good. So we got just a stack of, a lot of these movies are actually very solid in here. A lot of these movies are very good, very solid. And I liked a lot of them. You got to take them for what they are too. You can't be going into Mortal Kombat thinking, this should be an artsy-fartsy Criterion Collection movie. It's like people go into a movie with the wrong idea of what that movie is, and then they hate it. And that's partly, that kind of leads into, like, when a movie's really built up for you, like, oh, this movie's freaking awesome, it's so good. And I find that when people oh, this movie's so good, and then you watch it and you end up disappointed by it, because that movie's been, like, built up so high for you, that you go into it think this thing's gonna be great, and then it's like you just can't. It doesn't live up to the expectations. That can happen quite a bit. So, I think that's all I have to say. Actually, I see another movie I could have talked about that's a newer one, but we are gonna finish it off there and leave these other movies for another time. So, I appreciate you watching. Let me know if you made it to the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts on any of these movies I've showed off. I'm sure a lot of you have seen some of these, since, you know, a lot of these are big recent releases that a lot of people have seen. I appreciate you guys, and show your appreciation for PMac by hitting the thumbs up and leaving a comment. I do appreciate it. We will see you next time on PMacMovies.